that you're looking at here is the Collier home. And the neighbor said there was commotion at the house on the Friday night before Debbie disappeared. She also said that she frequently heard shoutings from the Collier home. Somebody comes up to visit them on the weekends and in the evenings, and there's loud screaming and fighting. And the neighbor says that this visitor that comes quite often is a younger woman.
Investigators continue to search for the person who killed the 59-year-old mother of two.
My mom was my everything. Somebody took my whole world from me.
Debbie's daughter, Amanda.
I started going to all the different places that I thought she would go, like Walmart, Ulta. I mean, I drove around for at least 2 hours.
At 3:17 that afternoon, Amanda told police she received $2,385 from her mom via Venmo. The money transfer included a message that said, quote, "They're not going to let me go. Love you. There is a key to the house in the blue flower pot by the door."
There has been no suspects at all named in this case. Her daughter's boyfriend said that Debbie's family are starting to feel like they're looking at them, her own family, as being suspects. Her daughter's boyfriend says that they have been given very little details by the sheriff's office about the investigation, saying they really haven't told us anything. He went on to say that they have interrogated all of them, including himself. All of the people that was closest to her are now being looked at as suspects, is the way he sees it. And not only was her husband and her daughter's phones confiscated, so was his. He said, "It's weird. I feel like the sheriff's department may have some leads, but they will not tell us anything." We came back Thursday, and he's speaking of him and Deborah's daughter, Amanda. He says that Deborah brought them lunch Friday, and then Saturday is when she went missing. He goes on to say that it's very, very awkward because him and her daughter, Amanda, had just moved back to Athens from Maryland only 2 days before her mother went missing. Now, the neighbor that said that she had heard the commotion the night before Deborah went missing also said that this family frequently engages in screaming and fighting.
Immediate hysterical. I'd never been through this before.
When authorities located Debbie's car, they found a red tote bag, down an embankment, a partially burnt tarp, and Debbie's clothless body.
Amanda's boyfriend says we have no clue what is going on. We've pretty much just been sitting at home and watching movies. In a Facebook post in December of 2020, Debbie posted this picture and captioned it, quote, "Look what I did to myself when I face planted the concrete sidewalk," end quote. "And I do not have any makeup on the right eye." And then last night there was another update that came out. There was a note that was threatening violence against Debbie and her family that was revealed. Now, this note was allegedly written by Deborah's daughter's boyfriend. His name is Andrew Gingrich. Now, he had written this note last year to her daughter, Amanda. And just last month, Andrew was arrested for violating his parole. The note says in part, quote, "If you or your family ever come near me again, I will hurt them," end quote. Now, Andrew is a former amateur MMA fighter, and this note that is all scribbled up with green marker was included in the police evidence photo following a May of 2021 domestic dispute between Amanda and Andrew. At the time, they were living in a home that was owned by her stepfather, which is Debbie's current husband, Stephen. The note starts off by saying, quote, "Have a nice life, you lying ass B. Don't ever contact me again," end quote. It is said that he apparently wrote this note before he made the threats. Now, according to police documents, Amanda claimed that Andrew had broken into her home, screamed at her, and attacked her. And she did show the police bruises on her shoulders and arms. And after he attacked her, he wrote this note and then he left. Amanda went to the police and he was arrested and charged several different charges, including battery. The Athens Clarke County Police have described Amanda and Andrew as a family violence relationship. Andrew intentionally caused visible body harm to Amanda. She had visible bruising to her right arm and shoulder, and that is what his May 2021 arrest warrant stated. He was also ordered to stay away from Amanda. But see, Amanda was also arrested, and she was charged at the same time for making a false police report because she said that Andrew had broken into their home when they actually lived together. And it looks as if right now that case is still ongoing. Also in that report, Deborah's husband, which is Amanda's stepdad, said that the violence between Amanda and Andrew has been pretty constant over the entire couple of years that they've dated. Now, despite the order to stay away, Amanda and Andrew appear to be still living together and in the same house. And as we said earlier, they had just moved back from Maryland 2 days before Amanda's mother, Deborah, disappeared. And police records also show that Amanda and Andrew have a long and volatile relationship. Now, after the May 2021 incident, there was a fast arraignment that was made for Andrew in June of 2021. He was charged with violating that order in September of 2021, only 3 months after it was put out. He had went to Amanda's home and allegedly banged on the doors and windows, demanding for her to come outside. Also in September of 2021, he was arrested for DUI, having marijuana, not wearing his seatbelt, and not having required tag lights and reckless driving. He pleaded guilty to not having the required tag light and reckless driving, and the rest of the charges were dismissed. He also pleaded guilty in January to the domestic violence counts against him, and he was sentenced to 12 months probation. He was then arrested again, violating his parole on August the 26th, and he was ordered to serve 6 days in jail and to show proof that he had entered into a substance abuse treatment program within 20 days. And the last update for now on this case is talking about Amanda, Deborah's daughter. She has a long history of arrest, including battery and fights with her boyfriends. Amanda Collier Bearden is 36 years old. She has also had a number of encounters with law enforcement in Athens, Georgia. Her most recent one is for a domestic incident that took place in May of 2021 that we just spoke about. Now, there is no suggestion so far at all that Amanda or Andrew have had any involvement in Deborah's tragic disappearance and murder. Police have yet to name anyone as a suspect or even a motive in the case. Now, here is another photo of Andrew, and what I find interesting about this photo is it looks like he has in his hand that note that he had written that we just now looked at and read. I kind of found that interesting. And this is a photo of Amanda Bearden showing the bruise that Andrew had left on her shoulder in the May 2021 incident. In 2008 and 2012, Amanda was arrested for arguing with her boyfriends. In 2008, the charges were dropped after she had completed a pretrial intervention program. Now, in the latter case, she was charged with misdemeanor battery, simple battery, disorderly conduct, and criminal trespassing. Her boyfriend at the time told the cops that he had to hold her back, and she broke his video game. Officers noticed marks on the man's chest and back and handprints on both of his arms. Amanda admitted that the altercation was entirely her fault. She pleaded guilty to the disorderly conduct charge, and the other charges were dismissed in November of 2012. She was given 12 months probation and an order to take anger management courses and to have no contact with her boyfriend. And then in 2013, Amanda was 27 years old. She broke that probation after she attempted to provide a fraudulent sample to a drug test lab, and she was sentenced to 30 days in her local jail. The house where Amanda has been living is actually owned by her stepfather, Deborah's husband, Steve, and she's occupied it on and off for many years. They have both supported her through all of her legal troubles.
She was a beautiful, kind, giving woman, and she didn't deserve any of this.
Amanda says the last time she saw her mom was Friday night. They ate dinner, ran some errands, and went home separately. She had this message for her mother's killer.
I just want them to rot in hell. I do, sir. I mean, it's not going to take my pain away. I know it's not. But I want justice for my mom.
Thank you all so much for listening. And until next time, this is Unjustified. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave us a comment below on your thoughts of this video. And until next time, this is Unjustified.